This ended up brought to our attention over the last week, so we wanted to take a moment to kind of explain some things and get into the discussion of it. So Amazing Escape Room is apparently coming to Red Bank, New Jersey for 5 years now.
I was going to say, it's been an awfully long time since they announced that.
Yeah.
So, look, there's a couple things here. One, we absolutely know for a fact that has never been a case because we have friends at the township. There was never anything filed for any approach by them whatsoever.
It wasn't even an attempt to do that.
Right. Two, Red Bank does frown upon multiple businesses of the same, especially in the recreational space. You're not going to see, a duplicate business of Yestercades. You're not going to see a duplicate business of even Jay and Silent Bob's Secret Stash. You're not going to see a duplicate business of Trapdoor. Not to say that this would be a duplicate because we are in a little bit of a different business space, but it's not going to happen. So a little bit of context as to why this is probably there. For anyone that is not familiar with SEO, that is search engine optimization. And the idea is that when someone searches escape room, you want to be able to come up in those searches. Now, Google's algorithms change every single year, if not every quarter, it seems lately. And part of that algorithm now is that escape room near me ranks higher than almost anything else. As a result, companies have been able to lower their AdWords budgets. AdWords being campaigns you pay for, so you're paying for clicks and impressions. And essentially, as long as you show up on the map for escape room near me, or if you come up as a registered list of that element, it helps you in your rankings for free, or at least whatever the cost was in overhead for you to SEO your site. They're listed as coming soon to a few locations that they're not in or have been in for a very long time now. So essentially what they did was, instead of radius advertising, which ends up costing more, it seems that they're just listing themselves as coming soon and having landing pages for those towns with no context or future plans to actually be there. And I'm sure that if Howard was asked today, he would say, oh yeah, we are coming to Red Bank, 100%, absolutely. But it's been 5 years that this page has been up.
Yeah.
There was a point where he and I had actually spoken about this page, and it was supposedly coming down.
Did it ever come down? Do you know?
I don't really remember.
Check?
I don't remember enough to say factually whether it did or didn't. Now, it's not the first time that there has been some shady issues through Amazing Escape Room. Other escape room reviewers have actually written articles about their practices and spoken publicly about their practices. I don't even know if necessarily it's the owner of the company, because they franchised out and opened several locations pretty quickly. So management in each territory could kind of have its own governing rules with the staff. But we do know that some of those governing rules with the staff included fake reviews and sending people into locations to kind of try to poach customers. That happened to us with a gentleman named Adam, who is a staple of the escape room community. And, you could say he acted on his own behalf or whatnot, but, the fact of the matter was
it's very shady.
He came in poaching customers to go to Amazing Escape Room in Freehold, and it just so happened those customers he was trying to poach were customers that had already played. This was their third time with us, and this was when we only had our second game.
Yeah.
Right.
So they played Architect twice, and they were in for the first time to play Cure Z.
So they were nice enough to inform us
that
that's what was happening.
Then there was another gentleman who was actually doing installations for them, because at the time they were buying all their games, they weren't making any. I don't know if that has ever changed or not. Everybody knows how I feel about buying versus making your own. But this guy got stiffed on the bill for finishing the work. But beyond that, actually came into Cure Z and said that he was asked to come in and spy ideas off of Cure Z and he wasn't comfortable with it, so he let me know up front. It's too many pieces, for it to all be fake.
Right, yeah.
Now, at the end of the day, we've all talked about this as far as other, when I say all other escape room owners collectively, we always talk about the fact that we all feed off of each other. And when...
Without crossing lines.
Right.
Yeah.
So really, this is just a discussion of business ethics. If you're an aspiring owner watching or, looking to get into the industry, you don't need to claim you're opening in towns that you're not opening in. Right. And if they're coming to Red Bank, then by all means, I welcome the competition because we'll put you under in a month. But, it's really just a matter of you don't need to do that.
Yeah.
We've gotten along without doing it just
there's
fine.
There's still enough room that you don't have to have these underhanded practices to try to...
Even room or not, just be better.
Yeah.
That's all it really takes. And there's plenty of people that I will attest to this 100%. There's plenty of people that like their content far more than ours. And just like there's plenty of our diehard fans that absolutely hate their content.
Yeah.
Different strokes, different folks. They are definition escape room. We are not. So that's where I was saying earlier, we're not necessarily competing in the same space. We're almost a more immersive theater hybrid. They're straight up escape room. You will find time clocks in all their rooms. There's probably push button exits on every room because, it's the actual locked in mode situations and stuff like that. And I haven't played with them for a while, so maybe they have expanded upon that and they're doing things differently there too. I don't know. But regardless of the fact, all I'm saying is, we don't need to be. I don't want to say that competitive because I don't find that as competition. I find that as bad business ethics.
Yeah.
So don't go by those practices. Because otherwise we will put it on Puzzle Talk.
I mean, if you play enough of these games and you talk to enough people who have played all of these games, so many things repeat, like puzzle elements and stuff like that. So I mean, trying to infiltrate another business to copy their puzzles is kind of, I mean, their puzzles are going to repeat no matter what. So trying to do this covert operation to steal other people's puzzles is kind of arbitrary because it's the context that makes all the difference. The puzzle
should be,
I mean the puzzle could be exactly the same, in its most basic elements, but how we employ it from company to company is radically different. People point out sometimes with us that this puzzle reminds them of something else from another one that they've played, and that's fine. It's going to happen whether we like it or not. But treating it like this is some sort of clandestine operation where we have to sneak into other people's businesses and bribe other people to find out what kind of puzzles they have. It's just out of the way silliness. Just come and play the game, and if you like what we do, have at it. I guess no one's stopping you per se, but
No, I know for a fact that some of our puzzles have shown up in other games, very direct adaptations.
Sure,
and not at amazing either. We have friends that our puzzles have shown up with.
I don't necessarily think that's an avoidable situation,
right?
But making it a thing, intentionally doing that under the guise of it being this, we're gonna go steal trapdoors, puzzle designs.
Right.
It's just the Cold War's been over for 30 fucking years. I mean, let's.
That's it's like high school, college pranks.
Yeah, just rip it off.
I don't. Like I said, I don't. Now, actually, though, Mike, but before I lose train of thought, the one differentiator in the situation too, though, is all those events. Let me put context to this. None of that stuff has happened recently. That was all stuff that happened back in 2016.
Yeah. When
Cure Z first opened and the rest of the escape room industry feared us when Cure Z opened. That game was a game-changing, record-breaking numbers game. So everybody wanted to know how we were drawing that crowd. Even when we were at the conference, we had other owners saying that players were showing up in their place talking about Trapdoors Cure Z.
Yeah.
So, love or hate that game, and plenty of people did not like the Red Bank version, and plenty of people diehard loved it and still talk about it. So, like everything we do, because we're story-focused, you either love a story or you don't.
Yeah.
But regardless, everyone wanted to see what the hype was about with QRZ.
But I mean, that's natural.
So these poaching techniques and unethical tactics were happening back then.
Yeah.
And we had really kind of privately discussed that situation, and it stopped. There was never anything beyond that. This could be as simple as their web developer, just for SEO, was like, oh, here's a page that wasn't deleted, but it's in our database. Let's put it up online. Yeah. This may have nothing to do with him.
Yeah.
I am trying to make that perfectly clear. But on the same token, it's like, yeah, it's been up here for 5 years. How many other locations are you coming soon to for the last 5 years?
Yeah.
We market worldwide because now especially with Escape Stream, we are worldwide, bitch.
But we don't pretend that we're physically coming to
right.
Hong Kong.
We don't put up like coming soon to Nebraska.
I mean, technically we're coming to Nebraska if you live in Nebraska, but we're not physically moving to Nebraska.
Right. We could technically say we're coming soon to every single town in the world.
Well, except we're here. We're there already.
Escape
we're not even coming
Stream
soon.
Can stream anywhere. But that's not a physical location. That's not
right
where
now,
we're actually...
now we're coming to everywhere in the world.
Right. So, it's like, understand the ethics and play by the book a little bit. And we hope you'll join us next time, 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Subscribe to our YouTube channel if you haven't below. Like, comment, subscribe.